there is no IMC in the 7th administration, like which featured in the 6th administration as a structure that was presiding over the steering committee and any other structure below on the political task team. It doesn't exist in the 7th administration. That is a fact. Secondly, you don't run a department like that. You don't say, just because you have your colleagues, you are going to convene a meeting to discuss any aspect of your department. You discuss in cabinet, you discuss in cabinet committees, you discuss in any other committee or whatever structure that exists. That's how government functions. Now, you can't just convene. You're not president. You can't just convene and say, you are older than me in cabinet. I want you to come and discuss with me some matter. Doesn't work like that. Now, that's number one. Number two, I have indicated that I didn't breach any law. I do want us to have an agreement or a consensus that I didn't convene a meeting with General Masimula, General Mkhwanazi, and General Kumal. Doesn't constitute an offense in the department or anywhere or in the state. It doesn't. That's why I talk about don't impose a feeling of guilt just because I didn't have a meeting with them. It doesn't work like that. If the discussions took a different form, it then means that it took a different form. If it was not adequate in the sense that it did not go for a full day or so, then so be it. But it shouldn't be registered in this ad hoc committee that I never made any statement for the need of review for the kind of situation that exists now, even though it is written in black and white that we did make policy statements in these meetings, and I'm putting that very strongly that these matters were raised in meetings. If they were not adequate, it means that time for adequate forecast discussions on the matter would have come. Remember when I wrote this letter, I was 5 months into a 5-year term. But it wasn't necessary. And I'm still saying, I stand by my letter, and it was legitimate and it was proper that I raised this matter, because by then I had felt that we may even be breaching PFMA. And I needed to be able to be ready to say, when the year comes, I must be able to say, when I realized that there's that possibility, I didn't just keep quiet, even though we may be breaching the law. And that is important to me. That's important to me. So I consulted not on the disbandment, but on the need to review in whatever, but there were matters, as I say, that precipitated the writing of the letter of the 21st. But I did say, even though I decided on the 31st to do it, there were matters that couldn't allow me to consult on the basis of the risk that I explained yesterday. Because if I said this is one of the factors that are making me reach this decision, I couldn't discuss that at that time with them. I needed a particular platform, and this platform is one of those, and the platform in the commission is one of those appropriately created platforms where we can then discuss these matters which concern other people who are affected by matters in the political killings task team. And I'm happy with the two platforms that they offer us a full spectrum. So I'm saying, don't reach any conclusion on the matter because you haven't heard it all until everything that has been concluded is there. But I am saying very strongly, even if there was no full day, even if there was no meeting with the three generals that you're talking about, there were policy statements that were made in those two meetings. And they conveyed very clearly what my intentions as minister was. Clearly, beyond any doubt, that I wanted a review, and it is based on work that was started in 2019, very clear. And I have shown that you couldn't have a double, you couldn't have a structure that you intend implementing, which caters for the work of the political killings task team, but still have the political killings task team. You can't say so. You can't have that. It would be irrational. In fact, if I would have been called to account, I wouldn't be able to account. Why do you keep this team when you have a structure that you are supposed to be implementing, which you could have implemented long ago? You don't implement it, but you just keep. And why do you keep a team that deals with matters of a limited category of people in South Africa?
Minister,
when the majority of people are being killed there, you don't have the same specialization. You can't do that.
With due respect, you've made the point.